Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome all of you again. And today we have very important day as we are going to discuss reading module of IELTS examination. And specifically, we are going to discuss the types of exercises that usually comes in IELTS reading module. Let's begin. Okay, so as we all know that in reading module you will be having 40 questions and you have only 60 minutes to complete those 40 questions. Moreover, you will be having three passages if you are going for academic based IELTS test, and if you are going for a general based test, then you will be having five passages. Three sections will be there in both academic as well as general. So different types of exercises are there, such as true false not given, fill up the blanks, multiple choice question, matching the sentences, matching the dates or scientist name, matching the headings, and finally yes no not given exercise. You have to be very sure that you are doing time management in order to score good in IELTS examination. And time management is important because most of the students are unable to complete their test within 60 minutes. For this examination, you will not be given extra time to transfer your answers to the answer sheet, and you will not get any extra time for that, for revision or etc. So you need to complete that in 60 minutes. So basically you need to follow the timings, and usually you should divide your paper into three sections. First, try to attempt the easy part because this is arranged in order, like initially the section 1 and 2 are quite easy compared to the third one. So 15 minutes, 15 minutes, and finally 20 minutes you should dedicate to your reading, and the rest time that you have you should do revision, or you should come back to the questions that are left behind. You need to just go through it and try to complete them. Okay, now I am going to share my screen with everyone. Okay, as you guys can see here on the left side, you will be having your paragraphs A, B, C, D, E, F. And on the right side, you can see the list of headings. Basically, if you are going for computer delivered test, similar like this, you will be getting in your examination. And on the left side, you will be having basically the passage, and on the right side, you will be having your questions. So you can see today we are going to do list of headings, and we will try to build our concept and get command over it. So I will start with the very first one, that is A part. Okay, so basically in matching the headings or list of headings, we have to apply three tricks, or the approach should be: first we need to do skimming and scanning. Like first we have to check what is written in the whole paragraph, and then we have to come and eliminate one by one the headings that are not matching to the paragraphs given. So let's begin. The answer for the first one is already given in here. We are going to start from B paragraph. Okay, in your examination also it will be there, like one answer they will be giving, so you just remove this eighth option from here so that you will not get confused. Now let's move to B paragraph. What you need to do, you have to quickly go through the paragraph and see what they are talking about. So now I am going to read this whole paragraph. The first experiments in recorded scientific history on the effects of people not getting enough sleep took place in the late 1800s. According to records, three volunteers were deprived of sleep for a total of 90 hours. Later on, in 1920, more experiments in sleep deprivation were conducted by scientists, where several people were deprived of sleep for a period of 60 hours. The results of many sleep deprivation experiments experiments have been recorded and conducted by American sleep scientist Nathaniel Liebman. Often referred to as the father of modern sleep research, Liebman's work has formed the foundation for many areas of current sleep research. In one experiment, Liebman examined 35 volunteers who had been awake for 60 hours and also conducted an experiment on himself, remaining awake for a total of 100 hours. It was revealed that people who are sleep deprived for a period of more than 60 hours try to fall asleep in an environment and show signs of mental disturbances, vision, and hallucinations. As the length of sleep deprivation increases, so too does the mental decline in an individual. Having studied a group of three sleep deprived people, sleep researchers Dr. Tim Ostwald conducted that chronic sleep deprivation often leads to drastic consequences. Oswald's experiments reinstated the necessity of sleep for proper human functioning. Now I will come to the heading part and I will eliminate the options. Research into short periods of sleep. So now you have to see, are they talking anything about short periods of sleep? No. So you will put a cross over here. Okay. Second, famous people short sleepers. Are they talking anything about famous people short sleepers? No, so I will be putting cross over here. Measuring sleep movement. No, there is nothing like the experiment conducted where they are measuring the sleep movement of people. So I will be putting cross. Sleep experiments over the past century. Okay, so many of the students will say, okay, here I can see 1800s and 1900s, so they are talking something about past, so this can be the answer. Okay, so I will put a tick over here and I will move to another options as well. Monitoring the effects of sleep deprivation, if you will see guys, here most of the topics are related to deprived of sleep deprivation, enough sleep, not getting enough sleep. You can see over here also they are talking about sleep deprivation. And again, 5 volunteers being awake conducted an experiment on himself, revealed sleep deprivation for the period causes this and that. Deprivation often leads to drastic. That means the whole paragraph is talking about this topic only. So I know that this is the most accurate heading for this one. I will put a tick over here and I will move to another headings as well. I need to scan other headings as well so that I will be sure that this is the correct one for me. Antarctic and Arctic sleep means quality sleep. No, they are not talking. Challenging research in reduced normal sleeping hours. No. Are we getting enough sleep? No, this is already eliminated. Ninth one, the impact of noise. No, they are not talking anything about noise. Sleep experiment in an isolated area. No, they are not talking anything about isolated area. So I had, doubt on fourth one, and now I got my correct answer, that is fifth one. So I will be writing in front of B, fifth, and I will move on. If you guys still have confusion, that fourth can also be the answer and fifth is the most appropriate answer for this. So you can do one thing, you can write here 60% and 40% over here and then move to next paragraph. Okay, when you will be reading more paragraphs, you will be eliminating more headings, and in the end you will get a more clear idea about which one is the accurate heading for the given paragraph. Okay, so our B paragraph is done. Now, some of the students must be having confusion about, like here it was written 1800s and 1920. So they are talking little bit about past century. But guys, we need to read the whole paragraph and we need to check that what whole paragraph is talking about. Then only we can select one heading. Okay, now we will be doing this one, and for doing this I am giving you time 5 minutes. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to quickly scan this heading and then from here try to select one option. In the end I will be reading it and I will be telling you the most appropriate answer for the C paragraph. Come on, start doing it. Okay, now I will start. Studies of sleep pattern in some of the more remote areas of the world have also been a subject of interest among sleep researchers. It is well known that during the summer months in both the Arctic and Antarctic circles, the phenomena known as midnight sun occurs given fair weather conditions. The sun is visible for a continuous 24 hours. One summer, Dr. Peter traveled to the Arctic and conducted a series of research projects. All participants were required to get rid of all clocks, watches, and any other timekeeping devices and conduct work and sleep according to their own body clock. Those involved in the experiment were required to note down when they had a nap and when they actually went to bed. The results were that most people slept around 10 hours per day, and all participants reported feeling completely invigorated and refreshed. Okay, now from the heading part, we will start eliminating the options. Research into short periods of sleep. No. Famous people, short sleepers. Are they talking anything about famous people? No. Measuring sleep movement? No, not they are not talking about it. Sleep experiment over the past century? No, this is already done. Antarctic and Arctic sleep means quality sleep. Is that so? Arctic and Antarctic sleep means quality sleep? No, it's not like that. Challenging research in reduced normal sleeping hours? Yes, this can be the answer. So I will put a tick over here and I will move to other headings. Are we getting enough sleep? No. The impact of noise on sleep? No, they are not talking anything about noise. Sleep experiment in an isolated area? Yes, this is the most appropriate heading that I am getting over here. So if you guys can see, in an isolated area, and here they are talking about that, first of all, Arctic and Antarctic we already know about the place, and they are saying that all participants were required to get rid of all clocks, watches, timekeeping devices and conduct work and sleep according to their own body clock. Okay, note down what when they nap, and actually so isolated experiment is being conducted, so that will be my most accurate answer. So I will be writing over here 10th one. Okay, now I will move to paragraph D. Similar like this, I'm giving you 5 minutes. Start doing it. Okay, let's move to paragraph F now. A study in Norway was undertaken on a number of bus drivers. They were hooked up to various computers, which monitored their state of being awake. The study revealed that bus drivers were asleep for as much as 25% of the time they were driving the bus. What the drivers were having was a series of micro sleeps, short periods of time of 10 to 20 seconds, where they would be classified as being asleep. In the microsleep state, the individuals may appear awake even with their eyes open, but in fact, they are actually sleeping. This is the paragraph. So now I will come to the heading and I will eliminate. Sleep experiment in an isolated area? No. The impact of noise on sleep? Noise, they are not talking. Cross, are we getting enough sleep? No. Challenging research in reduce normal sleeping hours. Okay. This is, they are talking about micro sleeps. They are not talking anything about reduce normal sleeping hours. So cross. Antarctic and Arctic sleep. No. Monitoring the effect of sleep deprivation. Neend nahi aana. No. Sleep experiment over the past century. No, they are not talking. Measuring sleep movement. Okay, for some, I believe you guys will say that this will be the answer for this, measuring sleep movement. But let's see. Famous people, short sleepers. No, this is not the one. Research into short periods of sleep. Yes, this is the most appropriate answer for this. As we can see here, it's written that the bus conductors, oh sorry, bus drivers were asleep for as much as 25% of the time they were driving the bus. What the drivers were having was series of micro sleep short, even with their eyes open, but in fact they're actually sleeping. So this will be the most accurate heading. So I am writing in front of F first. Okay, let's move to our next question, that is paragraph D. Now quickly go through paragraph D and scan these headings and tell me which option is the most appropriate one for this one. I'm giving you 5 minutes, take it, and after that we will start. Okay, let's start. The effect of sleep interruptions have also been a focal point of some sleep research. In urban societies, traffic and aircraft noise are often referred to as the bane of urban existence. Tom Grimstead took people who were classified as good sleepers from quiet neighborhoods and introduced into their bedrooms and nights the noise equivalents of a major urban road. An actimeter, a device which measures the amount of movement in sleep, was used to gauge the quality of the participants' sleep. The participants emerged from the experiment in a dressed like state after 4 hours. Grimstead reported that participants had depression and mood scores similar to people with clinical depression. A reduction in certain performance tasks was also noted. Now basically we have studied about the movement in sleep, noise, aircrafts. Okay, we'll see. Research into short periods of sleep? No. Famous people, short sleepers? No. Measuring sleep movement? Okay, because of the move, here it's written measure the amount of movement in sleep. Some students can say that this can be the answer. So I will put a tick over here and I will move to other headings as well. Sleep experiment over the past century? No. Monitoring the effects of sleep deprivation? No. Antarctic and Arctic sleep? No. Challenging research in reduced normal sleeping hours? No. Are we getting enough sleep? It's already eliminated. The impact of noise on sleep. You guys can see over here, traffic and aircraft noise are often referred. Again, they are talking about noise equivalents of a major urban road, and participants had depression and mood scores. So they are talking basically about noise over here. So ninth one is the most appropriate answer for this. Sleep experiment in an isolated area? No, this cannot be the answer. So for the D one, I am putting ninth option is the as the correct one. Now I will move to the last one, that is E1. Another area of interest in the field of sleep study involves such famous people as Thomas Edison and Winston Churchill, who reportedly were known to be and have been classified. Okay, now I will move to the E paragraph. I'm giving you again 5 minutes to look for the correct option. These are the headings. Now take your time and start doing. Okay, let's begin. Another area of interest in the field of sleep study involves such famous people as Thomas Edison and Winston Churchill, who reportedly were known to be and have been classified as short sleepers. A short sleeper is one who claims to be able to get by with only 4 or 5 hours of sleep per night. Dr. David Joske, secretary of the British Sleep Association, believes that genetically short sleepers may have some natural resistance to the effects of sleep deprivation, but it is not entirely certain why some people seem to require more and other less. Determining what makes up the difference between the short and long sleepers have been difficult for researchers, says Joske. When we brought long and short sleepers into controlled environment, which were dark and soundproof, we found that all participants slept between 9 and 10 hours, which seemed to preclude the short sleeper category. Okay, now come to the heading part. Research into short periods of sleep. Okay, some people can say that, okay, I have studied about short sleepers over here, so I will be marking this one. Okay, fine, I will put a tick over here and I will move. Famous people short sleepers, no. Famous people they are talking: Thomas Edison and Winston Churchill. Okay, fine, this can be the answer, so I will put a tick over here and I'll move. Measuring sleep movement, no. Sleep experiment over the past century, no. Monitoring the effects of sleep deprivation, already done. Antarctic and Arctic sleep, no. Challenging research in reduced normal sleeping hours, yes. This is the most appropriate answer for this. As you guys can see here, it's written: a short sleeper is one who claims to be able to get by with only 4 to 5 hours of sleep per night. Dr. David, then they are talking about genetically short sleepers may have some natural resistance to the effect of sleep deprivation, but it is not entirely certain why some people seem to require more and other less. Okay, then we bought long and short sleepers into controlled environment, which were dark and soundproof, slept between 9 and 10 hours, which seemed to preclude the short sleeper category. So they are talking about challenging research and reduce normal sleeping hours. So this is the most appropriate heading. If you guys will see, short period of sleep will not come over here because it's given over here, and they're not talking mostly about what is short period of sleeps or majorly micro sleeps, so you will not put over here. And the second famous people, they are talking only about Thomas Edison and Winston Churchill, but here they are not talking anything about it, so you can't put that heading. So the most appropriate one is looking seventh one, so I will mark over here and I will move. Now for the solution part, I will quickly open the solutions and you can see we have marked 5th, 10th, 9th, 7th and 1. Please write down your answers in your notebook, and now we will be doing the correction for our reading exercise that we have done today. So solutions. Okay, you can see here 5th, 10th, 9th, 7th and 1. This is the most appropriate heading for